And how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yes, it's absolutely
Yes.
great.
5 years, but it was like he'd never been away. The message remains firm: all hostage-taking is wrong. The Sutherlands are reunited. Body language says it all. And Shevardnadze is asked by Gorbachev to come in from the cold. Good evening. Mr. Terry Waite, the last British hostage in Lebanon, flew home today to the rain and to the cheers. He said that after his years in chains and isolation, it was an overwhelming experience. Mr. Waite spoke without notes for 15 minutes, powerfully, emotionally, and with great conviction. He thanked the people who'd kept the name and cause of the hostages alive, and said he wouldn't rest until all the captives in the Middle East were free. The Queen sent him a personal message of good wishes.
Mr. Waite was met at RAF Lynham by his old boss, as he called him, the former Archbishop of Canterbury, Lord Runcie, the present Archbishop, Dr. Carey, and the Foreign Secretary, Mr. Hurd. Later, he was reunited privately with his wife and his 4 children. Like John McCarthy and Jackie Mann before him, he'll be staying at RAF Lynham for some days.
The VC-10 bringing home the last of the British hostages made a perfect landing in appalling weather conditions. Terry Waite apparently in surprisingly good health after a good meal and a good sleep on the British base in Cyprus. Alongside the pilot for the earliest glimpse of British soil, finally emerging into the wind and rain of home. He is thinner and greyer and has the eyes of a man who's suffered. The smile, though, of a man who's free. And still, as we discovered later, a man with determination to fight for the freedom of others. A slight stumble on the steps, the new Air Force shoes perhaps. Amongst the crowd, a group of old church friends from his Bristol days.
Oh, what must he be feeling?
Waving happily, he was driven through the rain to a hangar to address the media who over the years have reported his mercy missions, his capture and even, on occasion, his death. A girl from the base gave him flowers. It's little things like that, John McCarthy said, that you realise you really missed. Chained for nearly 5 years, he was understandably unsteady on his feet. But there was nothing hesitant about the speech that followed, once he'd got his emotions under control.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think you can imagine that after 1,763 days in chains, it's an overwhelming experience to come back and receive your greetings. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for turning out on such an awful day, but a typically English day, and thank you so much for your welcome. Also, it's been a particular pleasure for me to meet, a moment or two ago, my old boss, Lord Runcie, who, I'm glad to say, is looking as fit and as well as ever, and who, I know, has kept all of us close to his heart and his prayers and his active work in the last years. And of course, what could a homecoming be of this kind without the RAF? And I can tell you one thing. When I left Hezbollah yesterday afternoon, they did their best to kit me out with a sweater and a pair of trousers, but they couldn't find a pair of shoes my size. But when I got to Cyprus, late at night, all I had to say to the RAF was, "Can you find a pair of size 14s?" And within half an hour, they contacted the Navy and provided me with 2 barges. Thanks to the RAF.
Then a change of mood as he talked of his time in captivity.
I was kept in total and complete isolation for 4 years. I saw no one and spoke to no one, apart from the cursory word with my guards when they brought me food. And one day, out of the blue, a guard came with a postcard. It was a postcard showing the stained glass window from Bedford, showing John Bunyan in jail. And I looked at that card and I thought, my word, Bunyan, you're a lucky fellow. You've got a window out of which you can look and see the sky, and here am I in a dark room. You've got pen and ink and you can write, and here am I, I've got nothing. And you've got your own clothes and a table and a chair. And I turned the card over, and there was a message from someone whom I didn't know, simply saying, we remember, we shall not forget, and we shall continue to pray for you and to work for all people who are detained around the world. I can tell you, that thought that sent me back to the marvellous work of agencies like Amnesty International and their letter-writing campaigns. And I would say, never despise, ever despise those simple actions. Something, in some way, will get through to the people you are concerned about, as it got through to me and to my fellows eventually.
With barely suppressed fury, he launched a bitter attack on the business of hostage-taking.
It is wrong to hold people in such a way. It is self-defeating, and those who do it fall well below civilized standards of behavior, no matter who they are, no matter what nationality or what organization they belong to. We have lived in these last years through the appalling sufferings of the people of Lebanon, and those from whom I have just come can be assured that we in the Church, for our part, will not rest until all are freed and there is justice and peace brought to people who deserve a better deal.
These were words he'd no doubt longed to utter, a speech he may even have planned while in captivity. He'd had a private reunion with Lord Runcie on the aircraft, but now it was time for a public pose. The smiles on their faces told it all. As he left, he was hailed by his old friends from Bristol.
Terry! How are you?
Well, how are you? Oh, it's great to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you.
And you.
Yeah, fine.
And Alice.
How do you do? Nice to see you.
Lovely to see you.
Yeah, marvellous to see you. And how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Years since I've seen you.
Yes, dear.
Are you living near here?
Yes, Redland in Bristol.
Of course, I forget where I am usually.
Yes, that's right.
I mean, we have lose one to orientation.
You're here.
I ran along
On the
Tom-
doorstep.
How's your wife?
Ever so well. She sends her love.
Seeing all your old friends like this.
It's remarkable. It's quite remarkable.
He left then for that most important of reunions with his wife and children. His brother David later reported back on that.
I can tell you that I have just been with Terry. I've taken him to be with his family. I've never tried to overstate the situation, but it wouldn't be an overstatement to say that they were very, very pleased to see him.
Terry Waite will be advised to stay here for a week or so for medical tests and counselling, like John McCarthy and Jack Mann. But as ever, he's his own man. He said he wants to tell us more about his capture and imprisonment, and he will want to continue his campaign for the release of the other hostages. Vernon Mann News at 10, RAF Lyneham.